Beneath these waves lie the remains of countless voyages, some forgotten.
The contact is holding steady at 15 degrees, Captain.
Acknowledged. Plot a 5-degree alteration to starboard and confirm the new ETA.
Today, captains rely on satellites and sensors instead of sextants and stars.
For every safe passage, there are near misses we never hear about. Moments when weather shifts, systems...
Trajectory is shifting west. Modeling shows landfall probability increased by 20% in the last hour.
We need to issue the warning immediately.
A single day can transform from postcard blue to apocalyptic gray. Warm water fuels
Reef the main now!
Halyard coming down. Watch the sheets.
Jib is almost secured.
I can't keep her steady! Ugh. The rigging is about to snap. Ugh.
When a vessel capsizes far offshore, survival often depends on minutes. Whether distress signals transmit, once something breaks loose here, it rarely stays put. The Gulf Stream grabs anything afloat and sets it on a
In hours, the search area can expand beyond what planes or ships can reasonably cover. What looks like a mystery is often the...
Watch the swing. Okay, deploy the first buoy now.
Buoy deployed. Tracking initiated.
To understand these dynamics, East Asian male oceanographers drop instruments into the heart of the triangle.
Their models reveal a restless system, not a fixed curse, but a complex choreography of eddies and jets that...
Far below the surface, the seafloor here is anything but flat. Cliffs, canyons, and deep
Every new wreck discovered reminds us that history is still being written on the seabed, that many so-called mysteries are...
In museums, the triangle lives as a story told through objects. Lifebuoys recovered.
For writers, the Bermuda Triangle is irresistible, a ready-made stage where fact and speculation
In the 1970s, one book in particular ignited worldwide fascination, suggesting that ships and planes... These images lodged in the public mind, blurring the line between documented incident and myth, between careful investigation and the thrill of the unexplained. To some, structures like the Bimini Road are the smoking gun, a submerged roadway, they say, built by a civilization.
To others, these blocks are simply beach rock broken and rolled by waves, aligned by natural processes that need no lost empire to explain them.
When these stones were brought into the lab and sliced open, their internal layers told a familiar story.
Their age and structure matched natural coastal rocks, not carved blocks. For geologists, the verdict was clear.
But consider the true nature of the soul, Thrasymachus.
Is it not merely the harmony of the body?
And yet, the myth of Atlantis persists, a perfect, tragic city.
In Plato's account, Atlantis is less a travel guide and more a warning tale about arrogance and imbalance.
No independent evidence confirms Atlantis as a real place. It lives in the pages of a dialogue, not on sonar scans of the Atlantic seafloor.
As the data on the screen shows, human error accounts for the majority of these incidents.
Yes, particularly in the congested
Researchers who focus on the triangle tend to see patterns we can measure. Maintenance lapses, training gaps, overloaded vessels, and
In the numbers. The triangle is not uniquely deadly.
And yet, statistics alone cannot erase the feeling that some absences are different.
the Coast Guard has now confirmed that debris from the missing ship has been found. The search effort will resume at dawn, but
When another vessel or aircraft goes missing, no matter how modern the technology, it taps into something ancient in us. The Bermuda Triangle endures because it rings that bell inside our minds, reminding us.
In the end, this stretch of water is neither cursed nor blessed. It is a vast, dynamic system that rewards.
What makes it extraordinary is not a hidden force beneath the waves, but our enduring need to
Look, I know what I said.
You said you were leaving for good this time. I don't understand why you're still here.
Hello, I am ChatGPT. How can I assist you today?
From above, the transition is striking. Gentle banks and lagoons giving way to a sudden.
For a ship or aircraft that reaches this edge in pieces, gravity and depth become the final guardians of its story. Modern sonar can paint the contours of the deep with eerie precision, yet even here the picture.
Mark this section here. The jagged edges suggest metal, not rock. Agreed. The thermal signature is inconsistent with the seabed.
One more big pull now. Got it. Secure the line.
For those who search, each expedition is a balance of hope and realism. They know most mysteries here.
So if we track radial 090 from the VOR, that puts us right in the restricted zone. We need to adjust the heading by at least 10 degrees.
This sector isn't haunted. It's a textbook example of extreme wind shear. Look at the distortion here.
Noted. We reroute via the green corridor.
As you can see on the diagram, the relationship between the wind direction and the drift angle is crucial for accurate navigation.
Lessons about crosswinds, drift, and fuel planning may seem dry, but in the cockpit, they can be the difference between
Heavy turbulence, maintaining attitude. Adjusting throttle.
In simulators, students experience the disorientation, how quickly the horizon can vanish, and trust in instruments becomes a lifeline.
This is your emergency beacon. Make sure the activation switch is clear.
Does the hydrostatic release work automatically?
Yes, if the vessel sinks to 4 meters.
Yes. For those who go to sea for pleasure, the triangle is often a joke told at the dock. But good instructors use the myth.
Today, a single device no larger than a thermos can screen a vessel's last position into Search and rescue has evolved from compass and guesswork to precision, guided by satellites and physics. Yet even
Hard right rudder, now. Aye, hard right. We are taking on water.
Brace yourselves, another one is coming. Hold on tight.
In these moments, abstract ideas like the Bermuda Triangle vanish. Survivors on handholds.
When visibility drops to zero, the mind begins to play its own tricks, turning harmless shadows into threats. And
the waves were higher than the mast, I swear. We almost lost her that day off the coast of Newfoundland.
That sounds intense, William. How did you manage the fear?
Environments we cannot full control, like deep oceans, are fertile ground for myths, especially when loss and grief are involved.
Headlines amplify the drama, distilling complex events into a few tantalizing words that suggest mystery.
over time, local incidents became global stories, translated and retold in dozens.
The official story says this area is empty. But if you look closely at this old chart, the disappearances cluster right here. What are they hiding in the red zones?
And that's when I saw the glowing eyes, right there by the old mill.
Intriguing.
Thousands have written in with accounts of odd readings, unexplained delays, and feelings of unease. Stories.
And yet, on most days, nothing unusual happens here at all. Families fish, crews work, pilots.
records, the unexplained is a minority. Disturbing, yes, but statistically overshadowed by causes we know all too well.
The true monsters of this region are visible from orbit. Vast cyclones that can swallow entire fleets.
When these storms make landfall, we no longer speak of mysterious forces. We name them, measure them, and
And still, Hispanic people return to the water. The pull of the sea is stronger than fear, stronger than statistics.
For the next generation, the Bermuda Triangle may begin as a shape on a schoolyard map, a whisper.
What if this tree could talk? What do you think it would say?
It would tell us where the treasure is buried.
Or maybe it's hiding dinosaurs.
As the sun dips below the horizon, these shores reveal a hidden ecosystem, thriving in the brief moments between day and night.
Part of our task as scientists, storytellers, and travelers is to separate fear from fact without losing the sense.
The Bermuda Triangle sits at that meeting point, where human certainty ends and the open ocean begins.
In the end, the triangle is not a prison of ships and planes.
Somewhere off these fissures, a captain named Witchcraft.
By all accounts, the night was calm and visibility excellent, the boat close enough to see the glow of Christmas lights on shore.
Coast Guard. Coast Guard, this is the vessel Osprey. We have a situation developing at buoy 3. Over.
We've encountered a minor technical issue, but it's nothing urgent. We anticipate requiring a tow and should be back within the hour.
Press answered this case AD. The sea was empty. Sector Gamma 7, confirm visual on debris. Over.
Negative. Still sweeping the area.
An extensive search covered hundreds of square miles, yet nothing turned up. In the official records,
Most unexplained cases in this region look like this on paper. A few pages of dry details, a radio log, a last known position, and then a blank where closure should be.
Looking back through time, historians find that the idea of cursed waters has been repeated again and again in different forms.
Orders away! Take the ship, lads! Defend the captain! Fire the cannons!
In earlier centuries, these routes were preyed upon by pirates. Slave ships brought not only human suffering, but disease. Outbreaks that could spread through crews. In those conditions, a vessel could drift off course, run aground, or sink without any single
where the water plunges into darkness. Even today, there are creatures we barely...
What in God's name was that?
I don't know. Keep searching. Did you see anything?
A sudden jolt from beneath, in total darkness, is enough to fire the imagination of any sailor, even if the...
Okay, pull it taut right there. Reading 52 centimeters.
Noted. The depth is significant here.
Evidence of titanic struggles.
Today, most aircraft that cross the triangle are not small bombers or private planes, but jetliners packed with multi-ethnic...
Delta 452, clear direct BGR.
Check the spacing on the gander stream. They are getting tight.
Roger that. Adjusting speed now.
Every flight leaves a trail of digital breadcrumbs, radar return ADS-B signals, GPS track.
Declaring anomaly. We have sudden altitude changes and unexplained course deviation. Requesting immediate clarification.
Where does the surveillance footage place the subject at this exact moment?
Right here. The biometric scan confirms his identity, and the trajectory is irrefutable.
The ride is a little bumpy back there.
Agreed. Keep the thrust managed. Radar shows we should be through this in about 10 minutes.
Redundancy is built into nearly every component. Multiple navigation sources, backup power. From the analog steam gauges of the 40s to the integrated digital displays of today, automation has transformed the flight deck.
The gap between the technology of Flight 19 and today is vast. What once hinged on dead reckoning.
Despite this, flights still vanish in other parts of the world.
Unexplained losses are a global phenomenon, not the trademark of a single stretch of water.
The temperature drop in the chamber is stable at -40. And the vibration harmonics look nominal. We are clear for phase 2.
Pushing it to the limit now.
We have failure at the mounting point. That's where we need to reinforce.
Yet no amount of preparation can account for every combination of human decision, mechanical wear, and atmospheric chaos.
For mariners, the drama is more immediate. There is no equivalent of pulling off to the side of the road when
All hands muster at Station 4. Secure your suits and await further instruction. Lower away.
Drills are rehearsed not for mythical dangers, but for blunt realities. Fire, flooding, grounding, collision.
All ships, this is port control. Maintain current speed through the channel.
Identification systems broadcast each ship's identity and track, allowing nearby vessels and coastal stations to maintain a shared picture of maritime traffic.
When one icon vanishes unexpectedly, alarms go off in more ways than one. Not because of superstition, but because every...
The reality of the Bermuda Triangle today is this: a busy thoroughfare where commerce, tourism, and
Below, the sea continues its quiet work, erasing evidence, softening edges.
50 years I've been studying this current, and I have never seen it behave this way. We must understand why.
For scientists who spend their careers here, the triangle is not a magical zone, but a complex natural laboratory.
We're
here is where the warm current meets the colder waters, and notice how these eddies spin off from the main flow, creating these circular patterns.
They see not a single sinister mechanism, but a tapestry of overlapping processes, each capable of tipping.
For philosophers and storytellers, the triangle offers something different, a canvas on which
in their view, the power of the legend comes not from accidents themselves, but from what is left unsaid, unproven, and unresolved in their wake.
Ask those who have spent a lifetime on these waters, and many will tell you the same thing. Respect the sea.
And I swear the fish was this big, maybe bigger.
Oh, you are absolutely ridiculous. Wait until you hear this one.
And when they opened the closet, the doll was gone, but the footprints were everywhere.
Right behind you.
Beyond the headlines and dramatic covers, everyday life goes on unremarked in all three corners of the triangle.
Most journeys begin and end without incident. The true story of this region is written in safe arrivals.
In a way, the real magic lies here, in the simple. The Bermuda Triangle belongs to all of them, to those who fear it, to those who measure it, and to the
Perhaps that is why, even in an age of satellites and supercomputers, we still trace a triangle on the water and whisper about mystery.
In this age of coal and steel, the USS Sykes was a worse of the fleet.
Secure that line, we're taking on water.
I almost got it lashed down.
Concern. A large cargo ship left port heavy with ore, her hull deep in the water, engines beating a steady rhythm.
Down in the heart of the ship, coal dust filled lungs and oil-stained hands, but there was nothing to suggest that.
In the vastness of the Atlantic, even a ship as large as Cyclops can disappear without a trace, leaving behind.
Caucasian female investigator dug through weather records, maintenance logs, and intelligence. Overloading, metal fatigue, a sudden storm, even enemy sabotage.
In a poignant scene,
Today, navies still cross this region routinely, their hulls armored not just in steel, but in an Transition to another famous ghost story. The 19th century produced its own share of tales. Ships found sailing without crews, cabins intact.
Yet when historians trace these accounts back to their sources, they often find gaps, exaggerations.
In Bengalkis. In some cases, famous triangle incidents turn out to have occurred thousands of miles away. Their locations shifted.
As the stories were retold, many incidents were retroactively pulled into the legend of the Bermuda Triangle.
Checklist complete. Fuel levels nominal. Switches set.
The reality is that light aircraft operating over water anywhere in the world face significant risks.
A patch of haze can grow into a wall of cloud. A smooth ride can turn abruptly rough.
Center, immediate attention. I have lost the target for Flight 405.
All aircraft hold present position.
To controllers, the disappearance is brutally simple. A target fades, an altitude readout freezes, and no further transmissions are heard.
For those tasked with finding survivors, the clock starts ticking the moment that signal cuts out, each passing minute thinning the chances of a good outcome.
Probable cause, as highlighted here, points directly to systemic failures within the Maintenance Oversight Division. This resulted in the complete loss of power.
In professional circles, these events are not filed under mystery, but under lessons, each one a chance to refine.
Inadequate weather briefing, fuel miscalculation, over-reliance on visual cues, failure to declare emergency in time. Out here, calm days far outnumber catastrophic ones. The Triangle's reputation is built not on the usual.
Cruise liners trace long, looping routes through the region without fanfare, carrying millions of passengers, including...
Keep an eye on that front moving in from the northwest.
Aye, Captain. Adjusting course by 2 degrees to starboard.
The tools at their disposal would have seemed like magic to captains of past centuries. Eyes that can see through fog.
Over there, look.
Oh, wow! Did you see that one jump?
It sparkled in the sun.
Or so. For them, the ocean is a place of awe and joy. A vast, living backdrop to memory, not a trap.
Still, the sea demands ritual. Memorials and plaques preserve the names of those who...
A ghost in the family tree. A mystery with a face, a voice, and a missing final chapter.
And that's when the ship entered the swirling vortex. The compass spun wildly, lost in the mysterious triangle.
The publishing world has leaned into that fascination, offering simple versions of the legend, where science and
These images rarely show routine weather reports or maintenance logs. They focus instead on the extraordinary.
The CTD will give us the salinity and temperature profiles we need for the water column analysis. It's critical we get this data now.
This is the DNA sequencer I was telling you about. It helps us map the genetic code faster than ever before, moving past the rumors you might hear online. The data clearly shows a significant trend upwards. We need to sync the graphic here.
Got it. Scrubbing to that point now.
In their hands, the Bermuda Triangle becomes listed in how story.
Perhaps what draws us most to this place is not the fear of monsters, but the recognition that, even now, the compass that once seemed bewitched is now understood, its quirks mapped and quantified, yet we still carry it. Layered over the old tools, digital satellites whisper our position to within meters, shrinking the space where physical uncertainty can live.
Against that sky, human lights are brief and small. Our systems
The ocean will outlast every story we tell about it. Legends will rise and fall.
And I swear, the dolphin just swam right up and took the sensor.
I can't believe it. You really are a city boy out at sea.
But for now, it remains a meeting ground, where experience and data, myth and measurement, the truth of the Bermuda Triangle is not a single revelation waiting to be uncovered. It is a mosaic of weather,
In the end, these are just 3 places where people of various backgrounds live, work, and can.
Seen from far enough away, the Bermuda Triangle disappears, swallowed by the sheer scale of the Out here, on a calm night, it is possible to feel both things at once. That the ocean is whole